So leave your number on the cabinet, and I promise, baby, I'll give you a call. Hospital records in Iceland have shown a record number of births exactly 9 months on from when the Vikings humiliated England at Euro 2016.
That's why mums go to Iceland!
It's still incredible that we were swept aside by a country of just 333,000 people. And now it looks like the managers of future generations might have a few more players to choose from. James, did you see Iceland beat England earlier?
Jace?
Do you fancy a bit and go upstairs?
Jace?
You haven't got a headache?
No.
And you're not tired?
No.
If you want, you can pretend I'm Gylfi Sigurdsson.
Oh, Jace.
I love derby football, and this weekend sees Liverpool take on Everton in what is one of the greatest of them all. But when the sides meet at Anfield, the longest running top flight derby has been anything but competitive since 1999, which was the last time the Toffees beat the Red Men away from home. And this was in a game where Liverpool had their goalkeeper sent off and Steve Staunton finished the game between the sticks. Since then, Ben Woodburn was born, joined the Liverpool Academy, made his senior Liverpool debut, scored for Liverpool and was called up to represent Wales in their recent game against Ireland. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has won 32 trophies. Messi has made his debut, scored 337 goals for Barcelona and won 6 Ballon d'Ors. Wimbledon folded, MK Dons were formed, Wimbledon reformed, Wimbledon won 6 promotions to rise through the tables to beat MK Dons in the league. Patrick Kluivert won the Eredivisie. He retired, had a son who has gone on to make his debut for Ajax and has scored for Ajax. It's fair to say that it's been a long old time, and as a Spurs fan, I say to Everton supporters, I've been in your shoes. And when you finally do conquer Liverpool at Anfield, the feeling will be made all the better for all of the misery you've endured. Trust me. In a slightly odd turn of events, the campaign to get Wenger out of Arsenal has turned into a global phenomenon, or as the internet calls it, a meme. Craig, stop it, fuck's sake. Wenger Out banners and signs have been appearing in the most random of places, most recently in New Zealand's World Cup qualifier with Fiji, which was attended by just 500 people. So while some Arsenal fans are comparing Wenger's reign at Arsenal to that of Mugabe's rule over Zimbabwe, you can always rely on the internet to see the lighter side of any dictatorship. I know DT and Troop said that they weren't going to stop until he's gone, but I didn't realise they had these kind of connections, James.
It's top comments time. Oh god, that's when you see me. And last week's Talking Balls, we asked you this question.
And should adults be allowed to wear football kits?
Okay.
Anyone over the age of 7.
Graham Murphy III Esquire said, Flav, if adults don't wear football kits, then what will footballers wear?
Hey?
Well done.
Pass the test.
Well done, Graham. In said video, Flav, a little bit of a character assassination on you here from Shredded. Flav is the type. Well,
with a K.
With a K. Flav is the type of guy I'd love to sit down and have a beer with in the pub.
Nice.
Play some pool, possibly go back to his and enjoy a coffee.
Oh.
Experience things I've never experienced before. But the question I keep wondering to myself, is Flav the type of guy you have a good time with, but that's it? Or would I introduce him to my parents? Good question.
Yeah, no, I'm both of those things. I'm both of those things. I mean, what does a good time mean? Does that just mean sex, does it?
It's just, I mean, you are the life and soul, Flav. Everyone knows that.
Yep.
But is this a frivolous thing? Is this something where I go, hang on, this guy's got longevity. I can see myself growing old with this guy and my parents buying into that idea?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about any of that. I don't know. It depends who you are and how fit you are, I guess. That's not true. I do have a story though, but the first time I went back to meet my very first girlfriend's mum and dad, I sat down, they give me a cup of tea and it's all quiet, it's a bit awkward, and I take a sip on the cup of tea and it goes down the wrong hole. Wrong hole.
Wrong hole?
Wrong hole.
Not that one, this hole.
Wrong hole, and I've got a coughing fit in front of all, and you know you can't physically stop coughing.
Oh really?
Yeah,
how long did that go for?
At least a minute or two, and I barely said hello.
Any tips for people meeting their parents for the first time?
By and large, mother-in-laws, father-in-laws are a pain in the arse.
Comment of the week goes to Jonathan Murphy from last week's Talking Balls. At the end of Talking Balls, if you watched that far, Flav said this.
Talking Balls returns every Thursday, and hit the like button because when you do that, A little bit of my soul dies, but it also pushes this video up the algorithm and more people get to see it.
I'm only commenting to raise you up the algorithm. Therefore, the rest of this comment shall be the lyrics to You Raise Me Up. So I can imagine Bull Street serenading me with their dulcet tones as thanks. Why have you got that? What? You raise me up so I can stand the mountains. You raise me up so I can walk on stormy seas.
I like the fact that there's this kind of, we're all kind of cynical about the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, but inside the Ball Street and Talking Balls community, we're now we're embracing that cynicism and liking and commenting because you know it's helping. So remember to hit that like button.
Yeah, smash that like.
Smash that like button through your keyboard.
That's a good point. Yeah, and if you watch a video where you're like, this guy, he just wants the likes, he just wants the fame, that's not us. Stop watching that video, fucks up their retention. Come onto one of ours, like that video, then just let it run to help our retention.
But you don't want the fame.
I'm not too bothered. I'll take the money though. Right. We've been working through the greatest Premier League 11 with your help and your votes and your comments as well. And this week was a big one. Attacking midfielders. You've got Lampard.
Bang.
You've got Scholes.
Boom.
You've got Patrick Berger.
I desperately would love to throw like a Patrick Berger in there or something like that.
And you've got Steven Gerrard, of course, as well. Now, I hope you're wearing your helmets, guys, because some bombs are about to get dropped. Gyron CFC says, quote, can drag Liverpool through anything? Like what? A league title? Sweet, sweet digs there.
Don't do that again. It's not for us.
I've been doing that for years.
I'm too old and you're too sorry.
Right, last comment of the week, and let's get talking about football now. On Social Club, they were talking about Neymar and Griezmann, all those mad transfer stories that are circling around Man United, who it looks like they need to get a forward. The conversation moved towards Hazard and if he could possibly leave. Of course, Real Madrid have been linked with him very recently. Nino CFC said, the only player I would trade for Hazard plus dollar, even if he's not proven in the Premier League, is Neymar. So, two questions here, Flav. You can answer the first one. The guys can answer the second one at home. Neymar or Hazard, who's better?
Probably Neymar. I think Neymar's one of the only one of the few players you could actually upgrade on Hazard. Hazard's just below that level of Messi, Suarez, and Bale and Ronaldo kind of thing. So yeah, he's fair. I think it's fair in that. But
and for a long time, for me, Hazard's got to prove it again and again and again because he completely went missing last year. And for that mental strength, I wonder about him, and I don't think he scores enough goals. So I would say Neymar as well, but let us know what you think in the comments below. But the question for this week is, if you had to trade in your main man of your team for another player in world football, who would it be? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll have a chat.
Who's your bit? QPR. Who is your main man?
Main man's...
who is it?
Connor Washington. Who would I trade him in for?
Anyone?
No one.
Anyone.
Anyone.
For the first time in earnest, the footballing world saw video technology used to great effect as Griezmann's headed goal was given offside after the linesman missed it, and Deulofeu's winner for Spain against France was given onside when the linesman called it. I get that in fairness and accuracy, video technology is probably a positive thing. The right result stands and those most deserving will most likely go on to victory. But boy, doesn't it take some of the fun out of the game. Goals are moments for an explosion of excitement when the crowd goes mental and you lose your shit. My fear is while we're making the game fairer, we're also making it more sanitised than it already is, where you only half celebrate because you don't want to lose face in front of the opposition fans. Or quell your own disappointment, where the moment of unbridled ecstasy is tapered because you're not sure if you've actually scored or not. I don't want a fairer game. I want football to allow me to escape. Atmosphere has been on the decline for years and the Premier League grounds are full of people less interested in singing than they are grumbling. and the game itself is going in the same insipid way. If you allow video replays for goals, then it'll be for offsides, then it'll be for dangerous tackles, then it'll be for yellow cards, and before long there'll be breaks in play all over the shop. We all love football because it's a game about cut and thrust, passion, speed and controversy. And we could be giving all that up for a more accurate game, but is it a better one? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe to Ball Street, and Talking Balls will be back next Thursday. You got a headache at all, James?
No.
Jesus Christ. You see Iceland beat England earlier?
Why is your voice high?